And while I was here filming it, someone came up to me basically saying they're security for the property. G'day viewers, Chris Atkins here and welcome back to my channel, The Car Wash Chronicles. I was driving around looking for car washes. That's what I usually do on a Sunday, and I came across this and I wanted to show you guys. So I broke out the camera, broke out the microphone and decided to film a quick video. It's a shutdown tunnel express. Now I know I'm the self-serve guy, but you know, these express tunnel washes, they're a whole nother ball game. They take a lot more money to get up and running. You know, a self-serve car wash that's closed down that needs basic equipment, I can put 40 to probably 80 grand into it and it's up and running. But these express tunnel washes are a whole nother ball game. We're talking millions, but that's the goal. That's where we're trying to go. So let me show you this abandoned, shut down tunnel express wash. It's on a major busy highway. It's in South Central Los Angeles. And let me show you the road it's on, and then let's check out the building itself. So this is the road that it's on. There's a train right there crossing right now. And look how busy it is. 4-lane highway, super busy with cars, stores everywhere, bunch of residential houses that way, big brand new apartments. Well, I wouldn't say brand new, but apartments right there. So it's as congested as you can get. And this is the car wash itself. I mean, this looks like a kiosk. It could have been a, it almost looks like a little snack shop, you know, while people were waiting to get their car washed. They were, you could maybe get drinks or snacks. But just looking at it, it looks very old, very run down. The lock looks kind of new on that chain, but the chain looks old, so I'm guessing someone cut the lock off and they had to rechain it. But here it is. It's got the conveyor belt that the tire goes in, and then it just gets dragged along. And I'm no expert at these, but it looks like obviously the brushes are gone. The bristles that hit the car, I'm not sure what those big things are hanging down. They might be just covers for the bristles. Everything looks really old. You got a motor there, you got a motor here. It smells like oil right here. You know, there's an old sign, there's just trash around. So this is a classic example of a shutdown tunnel express wash. Again, it's a fantastic road. It doesn't really get much better than this. Nice big sign up top. So then everyone watching is probably thinking, well, if it's such a good location, then why in the world did it close down? And to be honest with you, it's never really a question that I worry about. I never really worry about and ask myself, well, why did this car wash close down? Could be a million different reasons. Someone, the owner could have passed away. Someone in the family could have passed away. You know, there's many different factors and everyone's personal situation. The lease might have come up to an end. They could be selling the whole block of land. They might be putting more apartment buildings here. There's a million different reasons, but you know, if it is someone in the family that passed away and the wife doesn't want to run it or whatnot, they shut it down and then it's just sitting here till they figure out what their next move is. And that's obviously an ideal situation because that's when someone who comes along, approaches them, contacts the landlord, finds out who they are, and they can simply just say, hey, let me in there, I'm going to build it up, I'm going to make it great again, and I want to run this car wash and I want to give you a rent check. So that's kind of the ideal situation. Obviously, if they sell the land to a big developer, they're going to demolish this and build apartments. That's a whole nother story. There's really no way around that. But you know, as long as they want to keep the land, if they're undecided, they don't know what to do with it, you can talk them in and convince them that I'm going to be a great tenant, I'm going to pay you a good rent, and we're both going to make a lot of money. So a lot of different reasons and factors why it could have shut down.
Aquí motores.
Oh,
Aquí,
self-serve.
Motor.
Oh, for the motor.
Yeah.
And so people would pull in here,
Sí.
come here,
Entra.
come around,
Yeah.
go through, and then drive out.
Una, dos, tres aspiradoras.
What about vacuums?
Vacuum.
Is surround? They're gonna open?
Sí, eso ya. Son locales.
Okay.
Barren. Hey, yo aquí, baby. No, yo aquí.
Oh,
Baby,
like a room
yeah.
for you?
Yeah.
Okay, so they enter this way, and entrada. They put on there. And then,
Ya chequé con el celular bien chiquito.
yeah, definitely needs some work.
Todo eso no es wood, eso nuevo. ¿Nuevo?
No,
Esto no es bueno. Todo. Esto.
no bueno.
No bueno. Basura.
So-
Todo nuevo. Cadena nueva. Y todo eso, cocinero, bye. Todo eso.
So
Bien pintadito y todo eso, no, es chulada, buen negocio aquí.
I would have to put new equipment, of course.
Sí,
Yeah. Lots of work, huh? Lots of work, lots of money. But maybe.
Ya cuando agarro yo trabajo contigo,
Ajá.
y si me das a pagar, Bonnie, ¿verdad? Yo voy aquí, yo aquí, esto es nuevo.
So that's the main motor. It's pretty big.
Gacha.
Uh-huh. So let's check out the side of it. Like I said, it's on a very busy road. I haven't seen one of these in a long time. Look at that. Clearly doesn't work. But just looking at the front of it, you know, it's very visible from the road, of course. I mean, you got these nice dead palm trees at the front. And then check out this sign. It just says Florence. I would just have car wash or express car wash. And then obviously you see it the way it is now and it obviously looks like crap, but it's the vision you need for the car wash. I see this freshly painted barbershop. There's a barbershop behind. There's a few stores behind that you saw. Another one. And it's more just, you know, that's the barbershop there. So they're advertising on the front of this car wash. But obviously it needs a lot of work. Definitely over $1 million. Probably closer to 2. But you see it the way it is now. All I see it is a brand new, nice, brand new sign, bright lights, freshly painted. I mean, look how old the equipment is. You can see how old it is. It would pretty much have to be gutted. It's just a shell. That's all it is. It's the shell of an express car wash. And even though I've taken over many self-serve car washes, having just been the shell, this is a whole nother ball game. I mean, check out inside that. And while I was here filming it, someone came up to me basically saying they're security for the property. I mean, it wasn't security, it was just cleaning up. He had a broom in hand, so he was just sweeping up. And he didn't speak any English, so it was very difficult to have a conversation. I tried calling Edwin to translate for me, but he didn't pick up, so we were standing here for about 5 minutes. I was using my broken English, he was using his Spanish, and I didn't really understand. But then someone walked by and they spoke a little bit of both, a little Spanish and a little English, so he was able to translate me. He was coming up asking for a job at the car wash, and basically we said it's closed, and I'm here trying to figure out what's going on with it. And he gave me a little insight. So he said this closed down because it was really bad service. And he said it's been closed for about 6 months. It looks a little longer than that, but he said it's been closed for 6 months due to bad service. So, but he said, obviously, you know, he was trying to sell it to me, not that he had anything to do with it. He was saying if I buy it, then I would keep him on as security, or, you know, he was kind of looking for a job to hold on to. But the thing is, he was saying this used to be a restaurant, so that when people would wash their cars, obviously they're sitting there waiting, so they would come here and get some food. They'd have burgers, burritos, fries, and some drinks. So I found that pretty fascinating, and that's another, you know, form of revenue. So it was kind of cool to get a little bit of insight about this car wash just from stopping. And he actually gave me the phone number of the guy. He said he's trying to sell it. Obviously the car wash is worth nothing, so if he owns the land, I'll lease it from him. You know, I'll give him a rent check. These make a bunch more money than self-serves when done correctly. So, you know, rent could be upwards to 20 grand a month, but if you're doing 80 or 100 grand a month, which would be the goal, then that's where the big money's at. Now self-serve car washes just look like peanuts, but it's a whole nother ball game. It's going to take, I'd say, like I said, probably 2 million to get this brand new machine in there. Area's worth it. Area's perfect. Apartment building behind you. Bunch of residential over that way. Massive busy 4-lane highway here. Very visible. I mean, it doesn't get any better than this. So it comes back to getting the financing for the new machine. And so there you have it, classic example of driving around scouting for car washes and just randomly coming across it. Again, it looks like a huge opportunity for someone out there. Whether that's me or not, I'm not sure. It's a whole nother ball game. I think I like the self-serves a lot better, of course, that's what I know, but what's to say I can't do this one, you know? Just takes a little financing for the new equipment. If I can just sign a lease on it, give the landlord a rent check, make it the best car wash in the area. You know, I've heard from research these can do 80 to 100 grand a month. Then you can afford 20,000 a month rent, probably 20,000 in other expenses, employees. It's going to be very employee intensive. You're probably going to need, I don't know, 3 or 4, well, maybe even more if you open the restaurant. If you do keep that as a food restaurant, you know, you're going to need 3 or 4 in there, cooks and everything. I would probably just lease that out. I would lease that out. I wouldn't even bother trying to run a restaurant. I would just lease that out to someone who wants a restaurant. They can run it. They can do all the permits. I would just do the car wash. Something to think about. Big opportunity. Whether I do it or not, we'll see. But I got the landlord's phone number. I'm going to give him a call and figure it out.
Hello?
Hello, Sam. My name's Chris. I understand you own the car wash on Florence Avenue that's closed down.
Yeah.
You know, I'm in the car wash business myself. I was wondering what your plans were.
Oh, you have car washes?
Yeah, I got the self-serve ones. I've got 5 of them, but I'm looking to branch out to the express tunnel washes. And, you know, I was driving around and I found yours and I met, I think his name was the security guy. And, yeah, he gave me your number and, you know, I was just trying to get some more information on it, see what your plans are with it, whether you want to lease it out or you're going to sell it or what's going on.
No, actually what we're doing, we're supposed to be knocking it down end of the month. We're going to do an apartment complex.
Oh, just like across the road, okay. All right, so the car wash is going to go and guess there's going to be nice new apartments there.
Yeah, there's no point for a car wash anymore.
All right, Sam, well, I appreciate the time and all the
best. Do you
best.
have any for sale or no?
Say again?
Do you have any for sale?
No, none for sale. I got 4 up here in the high desert and then a couple in Arizona, but just looking for more, you know.
Yeah, sounds good, man. Yeah, express the way to go now.
Yeah, they're popping up all over the place, and you know, they obviously do a lot better than self-serves, but you know, self-serves were a step in the door for me, and now I'm looking to expand to the express tunnel washes.
Yeah, for 100% car wash, it's very hard to find employees now. I've seen one in Long Beach. If you look on the marketplace.
Okay.
Yeah, there's one in Long Beach I was interested in.
Okay, is it currently open or is it closed?
It doesn't open in business still.
Okay. All right, I'll check it out. I appreciate the lead.
All right, no worries, man.
Thanks, Sam. Bye-bye. So there you go. They're going to knock it down, demolish it, and build apartments. So now I don't have any more wondering about what's going on with the car wash. All because I stopped. I was filming the car wash. That little security guy, not even security, he was sweeping up. The guy sweeping up, I started talking with him. He was very friendly, even though I didn't speak Spanish and he didn't speak English. You know, we couldn't really communicate. Someone else showed up and popped in the conversation who could speak a little English and a little Spanish, so he could kind of be, what's the word I'm looking for? Mediator, interpreter. So he could, translator, duh. So he was the one who could translate what he was saying to myself and what I was saying. So I was saying, ask him, you know, how long the car wash been closed? I think about 6 to 12 months. And then I was saying, you know, do you have the landlord's number? He says, yes. So he gave me the landlord's number. That was the guy I just spoke with. And now I know that they're going to demolish it. And it's no longer going to be a car wash. It's going to be developed into apartment buildings. So there you have it. Check that one off the list. On to the next one.